Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier reviews, episode reviews, and this is the last one. The series finale came out yesterday, so yeah, we're here for the last time for Falcon and the Winter Soldier to give you our thoughts, and then let you know what happened in the episode, and explain any Easter eggs and stuff that you might have missed, and let's just get straight into it.
So, last episode, this show ended, I said this about WandaVision too, but this one felt even faster than WandaVision, it ended quick. I guess 'cause it was only 6 episodes, but the first episode is called, last episode is called One World, One People, so.
Yeah, which is obviously the
Flag Smashers
phrase of the Flag Smashers, yeah. So let's just give like non-spoiler thoughts first, and then we'll go into spoilers in a few minutes. So basically, let's start with, I think the length of the episode is not gonna lie, I was expecting it to be longer.
Same, because it's like the second shortest episode of the show, I think.
Yeah, but for the time that they had, they kept it very concise, but I feel like everything was done well within that short amount of time.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people
mess about.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like complaining about this episode and hating on it. Especially like on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, it's got like 59%. I thought it was pretty good though. I mean, I don't see why people are complaining so much. I thought it was good.
I don't know what kind of ending people wanted. That's what I'm a bit confused
I feel
about.
Like it wasn't like WandaVision where it built up like loads of stuff and then just didn't pay any of them off or gave like super quick, underwhelming kind of. Because I've seen a lot of people saying this ending felt rushed, but I feel like WandaVision's was more rushed than this. Because WandaVision, it was like
I don't feel WandaVision got as much hate, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
If you think about it, WandaVision never really got that much hate for like its ending.
I've seen like mixed things about this finale more than I have for WandaVision's, I think. But then again, some people didn't like WandaVision's finale because it didn't deliver on certain things, and people say it was bad. I think a lot of the reason that WandaVision didn't really get as much flack compared to this is because people use the excuse that our fan theories ruined WandaVision, whereas this no one was really theorizing anything, so they can't really use that excuse, so they'll just say it's bad. I think that's why this show doesn't get as much flack in terms of... I mean, this show gets more flack than WandaVision in terms of its finale.
I don't think it was bad at all. I think from everything to the dialogue and then how the characters act and
maybe we just weren't expecting as much as other people, I don't know. I mean,
I think with people, I don't know, maybe people who didn't watch WandaVision going into this probably thought like, oh yeah, we're going to see so much, like, you know how we went into WandaVision expecting like a bit more than we actually got. I think maybe people were thinking that for this show, and then like us with WandaVision, they were slightly disappointed. The one thing I'd say I was slightly disappointed with this episode was the end credit scene. That's the only thing.
I think they should have switched the end credit scene with a different scene, but we'll get into that in the spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, should we go into spoilers now? I mean...
the episode basically starts... It's not even a spoiler at this point, because everyone knows. But I guess spoiler alert now, so if you haven't seen the episode, click off it and come back after. But, it starts with, obviously, Sam just coming in as Captain America. We have a bit before that with Bucky and Sharon kind of saying that they're there. Sharon didn't really have much to do this episode until later, like towards the end. Sam shows up in his Captain America suit and it looks great, I thought. I've seen some people saying
the
that
one thing is that the complaint that I have, which I mentioned to you yesterday, which I might want to get out of the way now, is most of this episode when you see Sam in his suit, it's in very dark lighting, so it's
a lot of the action scenes in this episode were in very dark lighting, so that was one thing that I didn't love, that you couldn't really see what was going on sometimes. I thought that was
the whole point of Captain America's suit is meant to be vibrant, you meant to tell the colours. You could in some scenes, like there is like obviously on the screen right now there's screenshots of Captain America in his suit, and then Captain America now, we call him Captain America, I guess.
Sam's Captain America
in this suit, and then you can definitely tell, but I think most of the action scenes were actually,
and this whole episode, a lot of it was action, which
is I think is a good thing. I don't think it was.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. I liked how they had other scenes as well, though, the way it was like it wasn't just. You know, like how with WandaVision, where it's basically just one big CGI fight, and then at the end they did a bit of talking and just kind of wrapped it up like that.
Yeah.
I preferred in this how they actually had scenes throughout, like where it slowed down a little bit and Kind of.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people said it was rushed, but I don't know. I didn't really feel that way.
No, I never really thought it was rushed. But we see Captain America come in new suit, with the shield. We see that shield like pegs onto his jetpack backpack thing. And
yeah,
then,
just like how
like
Steve
the wings, and then he fights Batroc, which we saw in the last episode that Sharon called Batroc in, and we see that fight, and then we see a bit of that fight. Then it sort of cuts between the Flag Smashers and Bucky mostly, because Carly calls Bucky and sort of says like tries to buy time for the Flag Smashers by like distracting him. And then it almost sounds like for a minute that Carly's trying to control Bucky when she goes that you're obviously like, oh, you're still the same person sort of inside.
Yeah, you're fighting from the wrong people, don't do that again, or whatever it was she said.
She seemed to say that to a lot of people. She said that to Sam's sister as well. Like,
and it just never works for like anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know, I thought Carly's character just kind of... like, it's too late to develop her anyway in this episode to make her interesting, and she wasn't interesting before this. So it was just like, I was just kind of basically waiting for Sam to beat her. Like, that's literally the only thing that I was waiting for this episode, for just Carly to lose, because obviously we know she's going to lose. Like, it's just obvious. But yeah, I was just kind of waiting for that to happen, because I was like, I don't really care about this character's story. It's not very interesting, so can Sam just come and hurry up and beat her? That's the biggest complaint I had with the show, were the villains. Flag Smashers just weren't interesting at all. Yeah,
and I think what else happened after that? So we have those people in the UN meeting, whatever it was, that get put into those trucks, which then get like locked, and then the Flag Smashers start driving away with the trucks, and we see Bucky sort of chase after them, and then at the same time we see Sam trying to save some from a helicopter, which I thought that scene was really good, like the action in that scene where Sam was fighting the guys in the helicopter, and he was like flying into the helicopter, taking the pilots out like one by one. I thought that scene was really good, and then the way the shield was used. I thought all the action scenes really with good.
Sam were cool, where they actually like incorporated his Falcon style of fighting with his Captain America, like with the shield and Captain America's sort of style. It was like a fusion of how Steve used to fight.
I think that's what's unique about Falcon as well in the comics, like when he becomes Captain America, is because he's got that flying aspect as well, where he can do things with his wings and the shield at the same time. And it's obviously something new, because obviously when we see Steve as Captain America, he's just sort of on the ground throwing the shield, throwing it off things and running, and that's it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But with Sam, you've got the flying aspect. He can obviously do a lot more. He's and yeah, I think that was really good. And this, like I said, this show doesn't mess about. Like, it didn't linger on showing the suit. It showed the suit like basically 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, like we have that first scene with Bucky and Sharon, where Sharon had that thing with from Winter Soldier as well, that Black Widow had. It was that face mask.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the technology was called. I can't remember. But yeah, she had that thing on. But yeah, they had that scene, and then they just got straight into Captain America. It didn't disappoint. I thought everything with Sam was really good.
The fight scenes were well made with between Batroc and
the only thing with Batroc is like this guy can't catch a break. I mean, he gets beaten so easily by like everyone, and the way he dies was like stupid as well.
He's
not
not
stupid,
really like as a character. He's not like
he's just a goon. Like
that's like Batroc the Leaper. Like he doesn't even leap in this like in the MCU.
Yeah.
He just sort of like.
He did in Winter Soldier when he was on that boat fighting Captain America at the beginning of the movie.
He did like one lunge kick.
Yeah.
And then that was like the most we saw out of his leaping sort of name.
Around a bit, but
call him the Leaper.
Yeah, they just called him Batroc. But yeah, but what happened after that? I don't remember the order of things that happened. So it was like because it's basically one big action like spectacle kind of thing.
It was like so we see the helicopter stuff and Bucky fighting the Flag Smashers. And it sort of keeps switching, and then we see Sam take out everyone in the helicopter, and then in between those scenes, you see Bucky fighting, like stopping those cars to try and get the people out, then fighting the Flag Smashers, and then obviously John Walker comes back as in his normal like Captain America suit that he had,
but
with
he had
his new
shield, which that was cool. I mean. John. I mean, people obviously hate on John Walker because he's not Steve Rogers, and I think that the character himself, though, like if you look at the character for what he's supposed to be, is the most interesting character in this whole show. In terms of the new characters, by far, there's not even there's a contest there. Aside from maybe like Isaiah, he's the only other one who's as interesting as John Walker, in my opinion.
Yeah, and John Walker as well in this episode, he's still like obviously talking about Lamar's death, which is a good thing because you might like it. I was thinking that they might just like forget about that if he came in.
Yeah,
he's
just going to go after them because we need someone else to fight the Flag Smashers.
Yeah, but he actually keeps talking about it and the reason, and then obviously she says, I don't care about people's lives who don't really matter to the cause, and then Carly obviously says that to him, he gets triggered, so he starts punching the crap out of all of them.
He's saying his life didn't matter, and then he starts beating him up.
Yeah, and then the shield as well. The shield looks decent, but obviously it was just there for like, just to get bashed. Like, that's the really purpose of it, because it's made out of, we don't know what it's made out of, but it's clearly not made out of vibranium, so...
I mean, it withstood a bit of damage, so I don't know why it was made
of. Yeah, it took probably 5-6 hits before it actually, like, became useless, but aside from that, I think it was just there to serve the sort of confidence purpose maybe for him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we see John Walker actually, like, he's just getting bombarded by Flag Smashers, and they're trying to hit him with, like, why are they trying to hit him with ticket machines and stuff?
They were just hitting him with everything, like, picking up stuff off the ground, and just start smacking him in the head and beating the crap out of him.
Then Bucky comes from behind and starts punching them as well. So this is one big sort of just fight fest kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Smash Bros. It's like free-for-all, everyone's just killing each other.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain it all.
It was pretty cool, though. Like, I thought the only other thing with this show, I don't know if you feel this way, I feel like they didn't, like, in terms of the action, they didn't use Bucky to his full potential. I don't know, like, I feel like he just kind of, like...
I feel like they didn't, yeah, you're right there, but I feel like it's explained because he's kind of mentally, like, weird, like, in a weird place, and he's
True,
not, like...
but, I mean, yeah, he hasn't exactly been in a good place in, like, Civil War and all those movies, and he was still fighting there. I don't know,
guess
I feel like
in Civil War, he's sort of, like, just like out of being the Winter Soldier, you get what I mean? Like, he's not even like, he's still the Winter Soldier in Civil War, and in Endgame and Infinity War, I feel like they still didn't use him to his full potential. I think the most interesting scene he had in both of those movies was the part where Rocket says, "I want that arm." I don't know.
Yeah, because in Infinity War, he wasn't in there that much, aside from like they had that scene where Black Panther was like, he bought him his new arm. He's like, "Where's the fight?" That was pretty cool. But yeah, aside from that, he didn't really do a whole lot of those movies either. So I guess it's good to see him do a little bit more. But I just wish that he did like a little more in this show than he actually did.
Yeah,
that's like nitpicking, I think.
I think he was still good. I think his character development, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
his character development was great. Again. It's just like him actually like fighting. I thought they could have done a little bit more, but. As I said, that's kind of nitpicking.
I still have a problem with his design, but it's okay.
I mean, I thought his design was good.
I like the mask. I like the mask, you know, in Winter Soldier. I was a really big fan of the mask and the long hair.
I knew they wouldn't keep that because, well, I don't know about the long hair. I knew they wouldn't keep the mask, though, because they want to get Sebastian Stan's face out there for all the fangirls to go crazy over. I mean, that's why, like, they don't have like why they have loads of the characters without their masks on and stuff, obviously, because they pay these famous actors to play them, so they're going to want to show them off. Like with Captain America, where he doesn't wear his mask all the time. Like in Winter Soldier, also, like, he barely wears his mask.
Also like Killmonger, where he wears the mask for like a tiny bit and then takes it off.
Like even Spider-Man, he takes off his mask quite a bit in the MCU, so...
Yeah.
They do that with all the characters.
That's just like a little like complaint, but
yeah,
it's not a big deal because the characters overall are like amazing. But aside from that, then we see the car going off the edge into that building like place. And
where John has to kind of make the decision if he wants to save the people or if he wants to carry on going for revenge, and obviously he makes the right decision and stops the truck from falling.
That was weird because I thought John was going to take like an evil turn, but he didn't.
I don't think he's evil. I think what they're trying to do with John is he's like, obviously his kind of heart is in the right place, but he doesn't know how to kind of act properly, if you get what I mean. It's like he's a good person, but the way he goes about doing things is wrong, kind of like how the Punisher is, or a character like that, which I think is interesting, because that's kind of how US Agent is, where he's like, a morally wonky sort of version of Captain America, which I think that it's good that they've done that. I like that.
Yeah, and then we see John try to save the people, but he doesn't, because I'm pretty sure he gets speared by a flag smasher down to the bottom of the bottom of the building site.
He holds the car, and then obviously it starts falling, and then Sam comes and picks it up, that's pretty cool.
That was a proper sick scene when Sam comes, because I think that was the best lighting in the episode for his suit, because it was like obviously like there was like I think there was strobe lights there, so that was the best lighting for his suit.
It was the bit where he drops those pilots off on the bridge before that or after that, when all the people start clapping for him. When Sam does,
that was before that. That was before that. That's straight after the helicopter scene.
Yeah, that was a good scene as well. I forgot about that, but that was a good scene where Sam drops them off, and then obviously all the people are like looking at Sam, and they start clapping for him. I thought that was a good scene.
What's the part when the guy calls him Black Falcon? I think.
Oh yeah, the guy's like, looking at Black Falcon, and then he's like, "No, that's Captain America."
Yeah. That part was funny because that Black Falcon thing was from the other episode. I guess. So then we see Sam save the cars on the bridge. The one car on that when it's like all over the building site. We see him use his. Oh yeah, we see use his wings and like his thrusters and like obviously just his natural strength to try and push it up. But then we also see two red wings come out and like attach onto the car, which kind of reminded me of in Homecoming when the Iron Man booster things go onto the boat and start pushing it back together. It kind of reminded me of that. But there's two red wings now, I guess. I mean,
cool. I mean, I never really got the whole red wing thing in this because he's not a real bird, so I don't really understand how Sam has like a connection with him. But I don't know. I guess it's like a droid in Star Wars, even though he doesn't really talk or do anything. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that the Red Wing thing was cool because they actually used that quite a bit in this episode. They used it in the helicopter scene as well. And we see that Red Wing can actually like still like scan people. Like I don't know. I don't get like obviously Wakanda's made it for him, so I mean they can do anything basically. So yeah, I guess that's cool. I mean, we also see. Do we see him use his wings as a shield in this episode?
They had that scene where he was protecting those people or protecting that person. Then he like put the wings up and then he put the shield on top, so it was like he was completely like enclosed inside it. That was cool.
Yeah, was that on the bridge?
I think so.
On the bridge. Yeah. And then we see the part where obviously John and then Bucky and Sam are there, and they start running after the flag smashers, and that's when they go into that underground thing?
Yeah, where Sharon, Batroc,
and this is basically the last bit of action I think we see in the episode after like a big sort of brawl.
Because a lot of the episode is action, but the scene after that where obviously Sharon and Carly are they're talking, and then it's revealed, oh my god, it's such a big shock, even though everyone predicted it, Sharon's the power broker. Oh wow, I'm so shocked. That was like really predictable.
I think we were calling it like loads
we called it like in the episode that Sharon showed up. Like I mean, I don't understand why they've been. I mean, I don't know if that was like the intention with Agatha as well, where she was supposed to be a twist, but it wasn't really much of a twist at all with either of them. Like I don't know why they've decided that this is the best way to go with just having random twists.
Sharon's such a weird character. Like I don't know. I don't like it though. I don't like her as a character. I think she's like in Civil War she was like okay. Yeah. And then
I think that's why though, because in Civil War she was just kind of okay and boring. So they thought they'll just do some weird like departure that's nothing like the version from Civil War.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it really worked. I guess I might need to see like they need to do more with her. But I don't know. It feels like a completely different character, as I said in the other videos. It just doesn't feel like the one. It doesn't like.
I don't think she's like as her character. I don't think she's got any beef with like Sam or Bucky. I think she just wants like I don't know what she wants because I assume she's already like a millionaire or a billionaire, whatever.
Because of the Madripoor thing.
Yeah, and then thingy. I also assume that she's got obviously power. That's what a big power broker. And I don't know. I don't really know what she wants. Like, Does she want revenge on the American government for like screwing her over? Maybe I think that might be one.
Maybe I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, I think she's working with Val at the end because I think that happens in the comics at some point. She like works with.
She'll probably work with anyone if it's for a gain. But
I mean, if they need to put Sharon Carter somewhere, they'll just make up whatever she needs, like whatever the plot requires her to do. If she needs to, like, I don't know, go pick daisies in a field, or I don't know, like
even if it doesn't make sense, sort of thing.
Shoot, yeah, like start, I don't know, doing like terrorist attacks or something. I don't know, they'll do anything, and it'll just like I don't know, they'll basically do anything with this character at this point. I think because they don't really have much of a consistent character arc for her. I don't think.
I mean, we see the confrontation between her, Batroc, and Carly. Batroc gets killed, doesn't he?
Yeah, okay.
That's the end of Batroc. Then I mean,
I don't really care about Batroc.
He had a bit of a run, to be fair. He had a decent run. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
well, he gets shot and dies, which is like okay. And then obviously Carly shoots Sharon, who somehow doesn't die. But then later, obviously, Sam shows up and starts talking to them. And he's talking to Carly, and then Sharon shoots Carly a few times and she dies. That was, like, the people who have issues with this episode, that's one of the things where I could understand if they had an issue. How does Carly die?
Because Zemo shot her the other episode, and that she didn't die then. I mean, I don't know, because I'm guessing if you shoot someone in a certain place, they'll die, but like, and then... but I'm pretty sure shot her in a similar place. She shot her a few times? She shot her a few times, or Zemo shot her like once or twice. I don't know. That was kind of weird. I mean, even Steve got shot quite a few times. He had the super soldier serum. He didn't die. Yeah, I don't know, but because I think maybe the whole point of it is like no one can recreate the original super soldier serum, so maybe like the effects are like slightly less. Like maybe I don't know, but they never really explain it.
Yeah, she just sort of shoots dies.
Carly. Carly dies, and then Sharon's just sort of there, just chilling, and then obviously
Carly says, "I'm sorry." Why I don't.
We don't know what she's sorry for.
She clearly wasn't sorry because she was like, the movement will move past me or whatever, and all of her followers will carry on or all that sort of thing. Like, I don't know. I didn't really think that was a satisfying end for her character, but her character wasn't really that interesting to begin with. So sort
of who cares? She's like gone now.
Yeah.
Also, Sam comes in at a convenient time where Sharon's just like.
Dying on the floor.
Dying and looking all innocent on the floor when she's bloody the power broker. I feel like the character of Sharon's going to annoy me if they make her like a really, really big thing, which from the end credit scene seems like they might.
I don't know. But, I don't mind the character, but I think she's a bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
But
I think that's like the last of the fighting.
Yeah, after that scene, there wasn't really much action after that. It was more just talking, which I did like that they kind of wrapped it up like that, where obviously Sam takes Carly's dying corpse outside and puts it on a stretcher, and they just kind of take her away, never to be seen again. And then obviously Sam has that whole scene where he's talking to the senator, and the senator's like, you don't know what's going on or whatever, and Sam says that that's kind of important because obviously I'm gonna, like, I don't care if people hate me or any of that sort of thing, I'm gonna be Captain America, which I thought that was a good scene. That whole scene.
I thought that was one of the best scenes in the episode in terms of like dialogue.
Yeah. I can see again, the people who, you know, how we were saying in the other videos, that like the people who claim that the MCU's like getting too political or whatever, even though it's kind of always been. I can see those people like complaining about it, but I don't know.
Captain America's character's always been about politics and stuff. Like fighting in wars and that. Like, it's just, I think it's a part of his character, and I think it's a good thing it's carried on here. I think, if anything, I feel like this is the only bit of politics that we see, like, anything from Captain America is the only bit of politics we actually see in the MCU, because if you think about it, in terms of, if you could say Black Panther's politics in, like, a different country kind of thing.
I mean, Winter Soldier, they had the whole thing with, like, the social security sort of thing, where it was, like, with Hydra infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that, it was, like, how far do you go in terms of giving governments power and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and then in Civil War, the Sokovia Accords, and everyone bloody loved Civil War, so... And then, even in Endgame, there's still... Was it Endgame? Infinity War, sorry. You still have General Ross bloody yapping on about the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, acting like an idiot, yeah.
Yeah, and...
Which that's kind of General Ross's character, I guess.
He needs to turn to the Red Hulk, man, soon. I really want to see that.
I just
But
think
the
it
thing
would look
is,
hilarious.
I don't think
they're
not going to bring Hulk
Hulk
back properly now. Like obviously Bruce
He's
Banner
going to be
now.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think we'll see him for long. To be honest,
I mean, I don't know. If they announce that he's going to be in there, I think he could be in there for a decent amount of time.
I just want to see Red Hulk. I just want to see.
I think that would be hilarious, just seeing old William Hurt start transforming into the Red Hulk.
Yeah, that could get memed. Like that will get memed. Actually, it will get memed. But I think overall that like political scene where he was like saying to you don't understand, but he says the senator says to him you don't understand. He goes yes I do, and then he starts like sort of beefing him, saying like stop. Basically, what he did is what Carly was trying to do, but he did it in a peaceful way in about 2 minutes, and no one got killed. That's what basically he did, because what Sam said actually reversed the thing that they were going to do, that migrant thing.
Yeah, where he says, like, obviously there's more people like Carly. Just because we've stopped one doesn't mean there's not going to be another one who's going to show up and start doing the same thing. So
yeah, and he goes, the next one that show up probably will succeed. Yeah,
so then they kind of stop all that. Sam obviously wins at the end of the day, and Bucky accepts that Sam's Captain America now. But then
I don't think it was about Bucky accepting it. I think Bucky actually wanted it from the start, so Bucky's just kind of happy
that's
that
what
the
I mean.
shield's back.
Not accepting it. Sorry, kind of saying to Sam, like, "Well done, you proved that you can take the shield and take the mantle on, or whatever." That sort of thing.
And then we see, which are like a subtle detail, but I wanted to point it out. We see that John gives Sam a little nod, which is like his sort of approval kind of thing.
And also Bucky and John were kind of like joking with each other earlier, so I think that those lot will kind of get along a bit better now.
I think there's going to be like obviously a rivalry with like when he becomes a US agent, starts doing that wonky thing. But I think then obviously the Flag Smashers get arrested, and then I think this is the important part that we need to go on to, where the Flag Smashers in their trucks get blown up.
Get sent to the raft.
When they get arrested, when they get sent to the raft. Before they get to the raft, the truck explodes, and who's behind it? It's your boy Zemo.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad that we saw that. I thought that was a decent scene, because still shows that Zemo's pulling strings behind the scene, and he's
and
also been in contact with Val.
Zemo's butler as well was the one who blew him up, so that's cool.
And he's also been in contact with Val as well.
I mean, do we know that for sure though? Yeah,
she goes, our friend Zemo blew them up.
But but she's just like,
unless she was just like
anyway,
saying that it's just like a term instead of,
I
don't know,
like
maybe,
that character just seems like zany, crazy Nick Fury, which I mean that sounds cool. She seems like an interesting character, and obviously
I think that's probably the point. I wanted them to do more with her, like in terms of development, because we only see in 3 scenes throughout the whole show, and
2 scenes. Yeah, I think it's 2.
2, it's 2. And I think they're saving it for the next Captain America movie, which they announced.
Which obviously is confirmed, now that they said literally the day that the show ended that they're making Captain America 4. Which,
because
that's
at
good.
the end of the show, which is that got me gassed, it said, in the same font that it said Falcon the Winter Soldier, it said Captain America the Winter Soldier, which I was calling, if you go back a few episodes, I was calling this, and I was so gassed when it came up, because I was that's such a good thing to do.
Because that is a good thing to do. I still think it should have been called Captain America and the White Wolf, but I don't know. I feel like that would
it doesn't ring the same. You know, it doesn't.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that same thing. At least the way that it is now. It's like that thing. You know how with like Fast and Furious, where they have the Fast and the Furious, and then the fourth one is just Fast and Furious. Where now you have Captain America, the Winter Soldier, then Captain America and the Winter Soldier, but it's supposed to be 2 separate things.
I think that'll be the name of the next movie. I reckon
that's going to get confusing for like.
That will get confusing, but I don't know. I'm not sure unless Bucky's not in the next movie, but I imagine he would be.
Because I know, like sometimes when I talk to people now, they still call like Captain America the Winter Soldiers, and the 2014 movie they call that Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like it's easily mistaken as well. So
I mean, so I can see that getting confusing, but I don't know. I think they might keep that as the name for the next movie, but who knows?
Anyway,
also, another thing I just want to say as well, with regards to the next Captain America movie, is because we didn't see this get paid off in this episode, is Torres as Falcon. No Torres as Falcon in this episode.
And, we did see Taurus watching, but yeah, there's no indication to him becoming
we didn't
Falcon,
see him becoming Falcon, So I'd assume that's safe for the next Captain America movie, maybe.
I mean, before the Captain America and the Winter Soldier thing came up, because that came up right at the end, there's 2 scenes that we forgot to talk about. So we got Bucky going up to his friend, the old man whose son he killed, and then finally sort of saying that this is what happened. I sort of did it, and I had no control over it. Which I felt was quite emotional, but they sort of ended with him walking out the door, with probably him telling him to get out, sort of thing. And I think he walks past the restaurant and he's eating there alone now. I think that's kind of meant to show that the old man's found out what's happened to his son, which kind of brings him a bit more peace,
closure.
Even though it's like one of his friends who did it, but I think that was like a good. I'm glad they just didn't ignore that, because they made that a big thing in the first few episodes. And Bucky also gets his therapist a present.
Which is the book of the that he's crossed out the names, and he says that thanks for helping me.
Yeah, so, and
that was a good, satisfying end to Bucky's arc.
Yeah, and then we see the sort of
what a
big party at the boat.
Actually, well, there's the other scene as well, which was before
US agent one.
Yeah, which was one of my favorite scenes. The episode where obviously Val's just kind of sitting there saying, "Hurry up, John," and then John comes out and he's wearing his US agent suit, and then Val literally says to him that we're getting to a point where the country doesn't need a Captain America; it needs a US agent, which obviously setting up that US agent will appear at some point, and hopefully that's like fingers crossed, because it seems like they're setting that up. They'll set up Dark Avengers and do that. And maybe
I think right now is the perfect time to do Dark Avengers, or like in the future, like near future, because the Avengers as a whole after Endgame, there's like the big 3 have kind of just pissed off because 2 of them are dead, and one's in space, and then I think, and then
Thor's still getting his own movie. I guess they're making a Thor 4, so. But yeah, I think I
don't want him to die, but I think he might die in the next movie. I'm not sure. I feel
Jade will become Thor forever then.
I don't want him to become Thor. I don't like Natalie Portman. I don't like her.
What's wrong with Natalie Portman? I don't like.
I think she's okay. I think she's okay as like an actress, but I think her.
You don't like Jane's character. She's not interesting.
I don't like Jane's character, and I can't. I can't imagine her becoming Thor and it being good.
I mean, she was like really bland in. Like, not her performance, like, the character of Jane was just, like, not written very interesting.
All the side characters in Thor are quite bland.
Yeah, like Darcy, even Eric Selvig, he was in Avengers 1, and even then he wasn't very interesting, so...
Yeah, I don't know, Thor's, like, a weird, like, not franchise, kind of, character, like, world to dip into in terms of the MCU, because...
I'm surprised they haven't done certain other things with... I mean, this is, like, getting off topic, but I'm surprised they haven't done other things with Thor yet, like bringing in, like, in Enchantress or any of the other characters like that. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. There's more stuff coming out about Thor as, like, the days go by.
Loki will probably give some stuff with Thor.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's what I mean, like the new Avengers thing. Not New Avengers, sorry, Dark Avengers.
Dark Avengers, yeah.
That's like, it's a really good time to do that if you can set it up in a good amount of time. But
the only thing that I am scared about is, have you seen, the 2011 Muppets? Did you watch that movie?
Is that the one that's just called the Muppets?
The Muppets, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
Remember in that movie when they had the weird, like, there was like edgy Muppets who were called the Moopits or whatever. And I'm scared that they're going to take, like, the Dark Avengers and just make them, like, edgy Avengers. It'll be like the Avengers or something. And then
that's a weird example.
No, but that's, like, the closest thing I can think of, where it would just be, like, they'll be, like, fake Avengers, and then the real Avengers will come back, like, in the Muppets, and then they'll just say that there's no room for the Avengers to exist in real life, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared.
I get what you're trying to say. Like, they're just going to be
if
that.
If you think about it, Dark Avengers is a pretty, like, I don't, no pun intended, but it's a pretty dark story. I mean, the fact that Norman Osborn, like, leads some new form of the Avengers, and like Bullseye's Hawkeye and like a bunch of stuff like that. That's all like really dark. I don't know, but
and they act like really like violently and stuff. I mean, I think it'd be good to see it, but I don't know. Like, I still don't think they'd probably be able to set it up fast enough. Because if they wanted like someone like Norman Osborn in there, they'd have to put that. I think it'd be weird if they didn't put him in Spider-Man first. But they've got Spider-Man 3 coming out, so I mean,
they could do Norman without doing the Green Goblin if they wanted to with the Iron Patriot, I guess.
I mean, it's something new because they've done Norman twice now in sort of Spider-Man,
and they've done Green Goblin quite a few times. Yeah, so
I mean, flipping second one was just flipping horrible. I mean.
when he doesn't, he's like Chris Cooper played him, and he's like lying in a bed and dies.
yeah, and then when Harry becomes Green Goblin, that was just.
Oh yeah, he looked like a crackhead.
He looked like Gollum,
and he had like acne on his face. It looked really
he looked
weird.
Like Gollum on a glider.
Green Gollum.
Yeah, Green Gollum. But I mean, this is besides the point. I mean, I think US Agent could be like the start of something great if they
if they do it properly.
Do it well.
Which, when I said earlier that I wanted to switch the post-credit scene, I wanted this US Agent scene to be the post-credit scene, and maybe they could have just had the other post-credit scene be the scene where the US Agent scene was, because obviously we have a post-credit scene afterwards where Sharon is kind of there in front of the senators in the court, and then they say to her that you got your pardon, and then she just kind of walks out and gets the phone to, I assume, Val. That's my guess, I don't know for sure, but she says, or maybe like her power broker friends. I don't know what the
maybe the assistant that she got in the car with in Madripoor, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then she says that we're back in business pretty much, and that we're going to get US government secrets now, which, I don't know, that seems kind of weird to me. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing that Peggy would have taught her to do, but I don't know. I can see what you mean by she could potentially get annoying, because it seems like they're taking some other weird direction with this character that just doesn't really make any sense.
I also think that if she doesn't do anything that's like that impactful, this whole thing has just been a waste, like, sort of thing. Like, I don't know, if she, I reckon, I think that was the end of the episode, so we could talk about Captain America 4 a little bit that they've announced before we finish. But I think that if they don't do anything big with her in either Captain America 4, like any future of the MCU, I don't know, man. I think it'll just, because then this has all been like her stuff in this show.
It'll just be like
leaving
a loose thread just kind of hanging there.
Yeah, and it's all just been a waste where they could have given this screen time and attention to someone much more interesting. I don't know, maybe US Agent, someone like that.
Or even maybe have more time with the Wakandans or something. I don't know, bring Okoye back.
Oh yeah, we missed one vital thing of the episode which just came back to me. The stuff with Isaiah at the end. Where Sam goes to him and says, I'm Captain America, are you happy, sort of thing. And he goes, yeah,
I like how Isaiah wasn't like whining about it. Then he was like, I understand kind of what you're fighting for and why you're doing it, which I thought was good.
Yeah, and then he's sort of the one who said, Sam, this fight isn't going to be easy. And then because you always have that sort of person, when someone steps up, they always say, this isn't going to be easy. And I think Isaiah was a good person to do it. And then that was one of the, I think that was second to last scene, where, I think it was the last scene, where, he goes to the Captain America, memorial thing, in the museum, and, Isaiah has his own, like, statue there, with his own, sort of backstory written.
Yeah, like mural and all that kind of stuff.
And then, Sam sort of says to him, now no one will ever forget what you did, and then Isaiah obviously hugs him, starts crying, and then that's the episode end. That's done. I thought that was a good ending.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, they had the party on the boat as well. That was a pretty nice scene to see Bucky actually happy for once, and Sam and Bucky kind of ending off on good terms. Yeah,
I think every show has to have that kind of scene. I mean, WandaVision didn't, but WandaVision's just depressing as hell. But
that's kind of true.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of Fast and Furious. You know when that boat scene, like the party.
I've never seen Fast and Furious, so I don't know. I was just talking about the titles before.
There's a scene at the end, one of those scenes at the end, which is like exactly like that, where they're like having like this big party thing on like someone's house or something. But it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, it's pretty much the end of the episode, end of the series, and I personally thought it was great. It was really good.
I did too. Yeah, I really liked the show.
The show never really drawed me in that much to the point where I was like, oh yeah, I'm so hyped for the next episode.
Maybe that's why we were like, we weren't as disappointed with it. But as some people were, maybe we were just kind of waiting and watching it as it went on. We were like, oh, that's pretty good. Like we enjoyed that. Like we weren't kind of bigging it up in our heads, I guess. Maybe I don't know.
I think the most hype thing, like that, I'm getting hyped about out of this is the Captain America 4. I really want to see what they do with this.
Yeah, because I want to see Sam as Captain America again. I loved everything to do with that. That was like so sick.
I want to see villains as well. I really hope it's in Sharon. Like I really hope it is in Sharon.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it is.
It
could be Val. It could be Val. If she's Madam Hydra, that would make a lot of sense.
I wouldn't mind if it was Val and then US Agent. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because it's like a reverse Nick Fury, I guess, where it's like evil Nick Fury, but it's a girl this time. That's pretty cool. But yeah,
maybe bring some other Captain America villains in. Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, let us know what you guys thought about sort of the whole series as a whole. Let us know your thoughts on this episode, because obviously online it's quite mixed. I mean, you've got a lot of people that are like really. I mean,
it was shockingly so, in my opinion. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to get such a mixed reaction. I thought it was a pretty like inoffensive, neutral episode that wasn't like gonna really annoy that many people. But I guess
I don't know. Maybe people are just like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, we'll obviously, if you want to go check out other people's reviews online, if they're saying anything bad about it, feel free, because I guess you get their point of view as well. But the next thing that we've got coming out is Bad Batch. So
yeah, Mortal Kombat review coming out tomorrow as well, because we both saw that and have a few things to say about that movie. So
so
I think that's it, isn't it? So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like, share it around YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Obviously, as we said, Mortal Kombat review tomorrow, Bad Batch coming out, loads of other gaming, movie, TV show reviews, all that good stuff. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for all that. Be sure to check out our Instagram, link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.